Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurfarhana binti Zulkifli. So today I would like to present on the chapter of scenario and sensitivity. So I choose to start the business of selling a perfume. This is because why I choose perfume is because I think nowadays it has been a basic necessities for everyone. So people will prefer and love to buy perfume without um, thinking so much. So from this sheet, as you can see, it is the assumption. It is the assumption of my business. I assume this value for my business. The first one is unit price. As I made some research, the competitor's price is around 30 ringgit to 85 ringgit. So I choose 50 ringgit. It is because the price is not too high and it's not too expensive and it is not too cheap. So it is affordable. Why I choose this price is because if I put the price too cheap, people will not have confidence to my product, and if I put it too expensive, people will not afford to buy my product. So the unit price for the worst case is 45 ringgit, which is much lower than the best case. This is because people will start to save when there is unexpected event. So it is for the worst case. So I assume to know my price. So for this unit cost is 10 ringgit, which is it is the uh, variable cost divided by production volume, which my variable cost is 10,000 ringgit and the production volume is 1,000. So I divided it and I get 10 ringgit. It is for the unit cost. So for the fixed cost 1,000, it is about rental itself, only rental 1,000. So the production volume, I assume I can produce, my business can produce 1,000 unit of perfume. So for production volume of the worst case, I lower it to 500 because I think the demand will decreasing. So for the inventory level is 200. The demand for the best scenario, I assume it to be 600. And the demand for the worst scenario, of course, it is lower than the best scenario, which people will, there will be less people who demand for this product. So the number of days per month of my business is 30 days, and for the working days, 5 days a week, which is in 1 month there is 4 weeks, so it comes to 20 days. So number of days selling season, which I sell on discounted price, it is 2 days. So number of days in full retail is 18 days, so this total up to 20 days for my business. So the discount rate for clearance sale, I assume to put 50% for clearance sale, and for the intermediate sales, I will assume around 20% to 40%. So the if I purchase this from supplier, the cost of purchase from the supplier is 9 ringgit. So the revenue, I assume to be 45,000 ringgit. It is for the best case, and for the worst case, it is lower than that. And I think 10,000 is enough. So for the profit, I subtract the. So for the profit, after I subtract the cost from the revenue, I assume to get 25,000. For the worst scenario, I only assume that I can get the profit of 5,000 only. So for the variable cost, I include the transportation 2,500 for labor. I assume there is 2 labor costs, and I divided, I now multiply by 1000, which total to 3000. So for electricity is 1500, and others is which any unexpected cost. So I assume it to be 3000. So the total of variable cost is 10,000. And of course, for the variable cost of worst scenario, it will be much lower than the best scenario. And I total up, and the total is 5,700 only. So next is profit model. So in this profit model, the unit price, the unit cost, the fixed cost, and the demand. This is the data I get from my assumption. So the unit price is 50 ringgit. So the quantity sold, which is the demand, is I took the low one, which is the minimum between B8, which is the demand, and the quantity produced. So from both of these, I need to take the much lower one. So I took demand, and the revenue is 30,000. So for the unit cost, this is the data I get from my assumption table. So after calculating this, I get the profit of 19,000, which is not sufficient because my target is 25,000, and my revenue also is insufficient, which I target to get 45,000. So due to this problem, I make some table, which is one-way table and two-way table, to find the best way to increase my profit and my revenue. So after doing some analysis, which is one-way table, two-way table, I finally found the best way, which is I can increase my demand and increase my demand, but still my unit cost is still 10 ringgit. Why I take this as my decision, it is because I think if I increase the demand, I need to increase my marketing level, and it is much easier than to cut the cost. So the unit cost is still the same, 10 ringgit, but I need to make more effort on marketing so that the demand will increase. So from this decision I made, I get the best profit, which is 26,500, which is much higher than my target 25,000. So next is the profit model for the worst scenario, and this data is I get it from my assumption table, and I use the same way, which my profit is not sufficient and my revenue also is not sufficient. So I made the one-way table and two-way table to find a way to get to my target, which I found it on this two-way table. So from this two-way table, I decided to increase the price a little bit, which is from 45 ringgit to 48 ringgit. But the unit cost need to lower down, which is by 1 ringgit, it has been 7 ringgit. So I will get the profit 5,100, which is much more better, much more near to my target. So next is markdown pricing model. So from this is the data I take from my assumptions sheet. So the inventory is 200 and so on. So from this, I decided to put the intermediate markdown, which is 20%, and the clearance markdown is 50%. So the price of my product is 50 ringgit. So I assume that the average daily sales is my product will be sold by 30. So after cutting from this discount, my price will be 40 ringgit. So if I put this discount, I assume that my daily sales will increase by 15%, which is 35 product will be sold. So this is the calculation when I made the discount sale and the clearance sale. For the full retail sale, it has been analyzed. My revenue will be 40,500 when I use the normal price, which is 50 ringgit. But when it has been discounted for on 20%, my revenue will be negative 33,600, and for clearance sale, my revenue will be 5,750. So the discount sales is for to attract more customer to buy the product, to buy my product, which is perfume. But for the clearance sale, it is to clear the old stock before I renew the stocks. So due to this total revenue, it is not much satisfying. So I decided to do the scenario summary, which from this scenario summary, I can find out the best discount that I can put to get the best total revenue. So from both of the scenario summary, I choose this first scenario summary, which I just need to change my intermediate markdown to 40%. From the first assumption, I choose to put 20%, but I change it for 40%, because the total revenue will increase from 12,650 to 20,450, and I think this is the best discount to put to my sales to get this revenue. Why I didn't choose the second scenario summary, it is because I need to change both discount, which is clearance discount and intermediate discount, and the discount is much higher, but the total revenue is not as much as from the first scenario summary. So I choose the first scenario summary because the total revenue is much better, but the discount is not changed in large amount. So for the last one is outsourcing decision model, which is I need to make decision whether to produce on my own or getting outsourced, which is purchased from supplier. So from this, from my fixed cost and unit variable cost, this is from the sheet, my assumption sheet, and the purchase of supplier is my unit cost is 900, which is from my assumption. So after calculating this, I got for the total manufacturing cost it is 11,000, and for the total purchase cost it is 9,000. So I made some calculation. So I decide to outsource, because this number of cost is the cost different when manufacture is subtract by to purchase. I got 2,000. So the value is positive. So the manufacturing cost is much higher than the purchase cost, which is outsourced. So it is better to outsource this product to get this product from the supplier. So the best decision is this. So I think I decide to purchase from supplier. I don't need to produce on my own, because if I produce on my own, the cost is much higher than to purchase from the supplier. That's all from me. Thank you.